What's going on, guys? It's Universal Wax here, Super Scott, and Bubbinator0610. And today we're going to be talking about the new Telltale game, the Batman Telltale game. I'll pass the buck to you, Brandon. You say whatever you want to say.
All right, I'm pulling it up. Um,
We are having technical difficulties right now, people.
already.
Still ain't ready.
I don't know. I don't know why this.
To the one person watching now, which is me, we
What is
apologize.
going on here? It's playing IG. Oh my
Oh,
god!
this is
All
gonna
right,
be good.
we have to scrap that one. That one had to be scrapped.
All right.
But it comes out August the 2nd, which is going to be episodic. The disc-based version comes out in September, if I remember correctly. And what they're going to do is they're going to give you the disc, and you'll get the first episode, of course, and then every episode will be automatically downloaded as they come out.
Right.
You know how Telltale is. You get
Right.
an episode every couple months. I
Yeah,
think
it seems like
that's
sometimes
what
it
it is.
takes forever for their games to
Ever.
come out.
Yeah. That's the one thing I hated about Telltale games. I loved them, but I hated them because they just didn't give you enough content whenever you wanted it.
Right. That's like I was telling you earlier. Is when I get them, I wait till the whole game is out before I actually start playing it because I can't be bothered to start on it and then have to pause it and wait a month or two before the next piece to come out.
Yeah, that's it's.
Like,
I didn't care for that.
pretty much. So that's about how I am. Once it actually hits that physical copy, that's when I usually buy it.
I'll tell you what though, the trick that I've seen here lately is just waiting for all of them to come out on one, just like the Telltale Games collection.
Oh yeah,
I picked that.
yeah.
I picked that up not too long ago. On Games for Gold, I believe is what it was, and got like The Wolf Among Us, the Game of Thrones, and something else. Walking
The
Dead. Walking Dead. Yeah,
Wolf Among Us. Did you say that one? Did you get it too?
yeah,
How was
yeah.
Game of
And got
Thrones?
um. Honestly, I haven't played it. My
Okay,
old
neither
lady's
have
played
I.
it.
That's the only one I
She
haven't played yet.
she loves it. I
the only
like.
one, the only one I've personally played was the Borderlands Telltale,
Oh, I
which was
love
actually
that one,
really
dude.
good.
Yes, that was awesome.
See, I don't think I played that one.
Yeah, I've played all
Uh,
of them except for Minecraft, the Michonne, and Game
I
of
didn't even
Thrones.
know there was a. I didn't even know there was a Minecraft one.
Yeah.
Wow. Which
You
I'm not a Minecraft fan myself anyways.
really?
It's
I'm
just
not
yeah.
either.
I just I just can't like a game that goes backwards in graphics.
The thing about Minecraft though is when you actually sit down and get into it and play it, you don't even give a damn what it looks like. Because if you actually get the hang of it and you start building shit or trying to build, like me, I try to build stuff. You look on some of the channels and you see some of these epic things that people build, and you're like, I want to do that, and you get a damn just a look like a damn double wide or something, and you think you've done something after seeing these
Yeah, I've
people
seen.
build castles and fucking the Star Wars
Yeah,
Death
that's see,
Star.
that's what I seen. I thought that was pretty cool, but I'll never be able to sit down and put that much time in that game. It's just not something I'll be able to do.
Like I said, you
Me
might be able
either.
to if you played it.
I don't know, maybe. There's just way too much stuff on the PC that I'd rather play and spend my time doing. For one thing, it's like H1Z1 on the PC. That beats Minecraft to me any day.
Really, I don't know. I haven't I haven't really messed with my PC enough to get into PC games. So
Yeah. Whenever you do, it'll change your life.
change your life. PC Master Race.
PC Master Race.
PC Master Race.
Now you want to go into our next topic?
That's up to you. I think we can. I don't really. There's not a whole lot to say about the Telltale games other than they're going to be great. It's going to be a great story. So, all right.
Um, so this shit is not working for me for some reason.
It's up, dude. Or are you saying?
Yeah, but it's not up on my end. I
Okay.
don't
Well,
know
it's up
why.
on ours.
Um, go ahead and talk about it, Jonathan, because I'm gonna try to fix this.
All right. So the Xbox One S is coming out August 2nd, and I'm personally not going to get it myself. I'm going to hang on to my Xbox right now. How about you, Scott? What do you plan on doing? Planning on upgrading
Me
or?
personally, nah, I'm not gonna get the S. My main concern with it being a little bit smaller, well, a little bit, so it's actually gonna be a lot smaller, and
Yeah,
I'm kind of afraid
40%
of
smaller.
overheating issues.
Right. Well,
Exactly, and
yeah.
I'm
Now
just afraid of
everything's in the
like
box.
overheating issues. Yeah, exactly. And with that being said, the Scorpio is going to blow this one out the water,
Scorpio's going
and
to
I'm
blow.
not going to buy this one right before I get it out.
Yeah, Scorpio's going to blow
I,
everything out the water.
I
Shit,
will.
exactly.
I'm jumping on that bandwagon. I can go
Except
ahead
for
and tell you that right
the
now.
10 teraflop Neo that's going to come out and dominate everything because Sony said screw it. They're going to have a
10
Neo.
terabyte
They're going to have a Neo. The Neo that we know is coming out in October, and then another one's going to come out when the Xbox Scorpio comes out, and it's going to be the 10 teraflop Neo 4.75231 PlayStation for life.
You're retarded.
Oh, we can be. I'm gonna get some
Yeah.
views,
So
man.
the specs on the Xbox, it's 40% smaller.
Yeah.
I mean 40. I mean, I don't understand why y'all don't want to just trade in your Xboxes if they're going to have a trade-in program.
If they have a good enough trade-in program, I might do that. I might trade in.
Xbox, they've already said they're going to have a trade-in program to
Right.
make the easier to be able to pump out these consoles. I mean, this console streams in 4K, so
Yeah.
that if it streams video in 4K, that means it's automatically going to be more powerful.
Right.
Because the Xbox we have current generation does not do that.
Right.
Exactly. And I'm not saying it's bad at all. To me, there's no point getting it when I know for 100% sure I'm gonna turn right around and get Scorpio when it actually releases.
Yeah. See, that Gears of War edition Xbox One S just looks like hot sex to me.
Yeah.
And I've got to have.
I'm with you on that one, bro. If I had the money, I'm gonna get the Gears S. I did it last cycle. As soon as that Gears of War 360 came out, I was all over it. I bought the hell out of that damn console.
This thing is just not working out for me tonight. I don't know what's going on with it. I can't keep video feed up. But anyways, that's neither here nor there.
Right.
All right. So the next thing is the leaked release date of the PS4. Neo.
0.5.
Yeah, on a Spain website for Amazon.
Right.
Talking about it's supposed to be coming out this year.
Right.
Out of all things, I just can't see how that's going to happen.
You don't think it will happen?
No, I don't see how they're going to release a console this year that they didn't even put into
E3.
Yeah, E3.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how they're going to do it.
It might have been that's what they were gonna release, and then once word got around that Scorpio was gonna be so much more powerful, they pulled out, and they maybe already had things in motion, and they just kind of hushed up about them, and I don't know what happened after that.
I don't know why anybody wouldn't want to show their big guns they have. You know,
Yeah.
I would say they had an impressive conference, but
Yeah, they definitely did.
It wasn't nothing like too overwhelming.
No, it definitely wasn't.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't understand why they wouldn't show off what they had.
Yeah, the only thing I could honestly think is, there's either some apps or some kind of potential programs that they just don't want competitors to copy and see right now until they actually release it. And unless they got a ace up their sleeve, I don't know either, to be honest.
It just, I don't know. It just doesn't make good business sense. But I guess that's why I don't make game consoles either.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, I really don't know what their strategy is. I'm pretty sure they don't want to go into this next cycle and the Neo gets dominated by the Scorpio. So I'm pretty sure that they pulled out, and I'm almost willing to bet that they had everything in motion. And when Microsoft revealed the specs of their console or their goals of the console, because it's not even necessarily the specs yet. They have a number that they want to
Yeah,
get.
they.
They could go less. They could do more. Who knows? I mean, we'll know that when next E3 comes around and they're talking about they've already got the console being built or whatever.
Yeah, which I can understand why they would want to try to push out for fourth quarter this year
Yeah,
for the holiday rush and everything, but I just don't think they got their ducks in a row to do that. I just I just don't see it. Um, Especially now that Nintendo has surpassed Sony in the stock market with Pokemon Go. So
Pokemon Go. Here we are talking about
tec-
it again.
yep, technically speaking, Sony is the brokest console maker right now as far as stock value goes.
That is crazy.
Ain't it, Lou?
That is.
What? It's just it blows my mind that Nintendo could just come out of nowhere with a mobile game and be able to just surpass Sony like that.
And from my understanding, it's not just like Sony's PlayStation market, but like Nintendo is literally stock value is better than all of
Yeah,
Sony together,
yeah, yeah.
which is absolutely crazy.
Now, from what I read, the assets that Sony owns is worth more than what Nintendo's net worth is.
Yeah.
But as far as
Stocks
stock
go.
market value
Right.
right now, Nintendo has passed Sony, and that just blows my mind with a 2 week release game.
Right.
I mean, that's a lot of money, a lot of money. And then I also read that we got Pokemon Go before Japan did.
Really? That's
Oh, really?
interesting.
That's also I don't know how true that is, but I also read that.
Right. Huh.
Take it with a grain of salt,
Probably because they need it over here. They know we'd
Yeah,
be all over it.
yeah, for sure, sure. Walking around like drones with our phones out, flicking balls
Run
at
into each
animation.
other. Robbing
Yeah,
places trying to get Pikachu.
yeah.
Me
Pretty
too,
much.
me
I wonder how
too.
many people Pikachu's killed.
Who knows?
Jeez.
Yeah, Brandon, I
All
was gonna
right.
say you still have that website up. All right, there we
Oh,
go.
we're into the next one now.
Okay.
Is the favorites up on my side too? Oh God, I don't know what I just did
Oh
there.
my lord, yeah, you've got,
Oh,
and now
hold
you're
on,
on
I got,
Hyperkin.
I got this. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I'm gonna pull a Hail Mary. Audible. 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 All right. So, as you can see on the screen before you, we now have the Xbox Design Lab where you can build your custom controllers. This would have been relevant up until the point they come out with the Elite controller.
Right.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm gonna put $80 in a controller that doesn't do anything but look pretty, I'm gonna go ahead and put another $50 with it, and I'm gonna go ahead and bust out one of them Elite controllers that makes me
Yeah,
play better.
I don't know why they don't have that as a thing. Why can't you customize Elite controllers the same way?
I don't. I'm sure it's coming in the
Yeah,
future.
I guess because that's
I'm
a
sure.
$150 controller. But I mean, the success of the
Yeah,
Elite controllers right now, it's almost like a no-brainer to do it. Because
Yeah, I'm sure that
I would
it's.
have definitely customized my Elite controller.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I went to Scuff and I customized a Scuff controller. I think it ended up coming out to being like 200 and some dollars after everything was said and done. And I don't even use it no more just because I like the Elite controller more.
Right.
I
I mean,
mean, it
Elite.
just sits there in its little case. The Elite
Oh,
controller is
that's
just
sad.
so, yeah, it's just it's so much better simply because you could turn shit off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, I love that,
yeah. You know what though? I can't
but
figure
I
out how
don't
to change my Elite controller on the sensitivity settings. I can't. For some reason, I can't get them to come up.
watch my video on how to set up your Elite controller.
I'll have to watch it again. I watched it when you brought it out, but I think you had
Yeah.
your controller before I had mine, or did? Maybe not. I can't remember.
No, you got yours first.
Did I?
You yeah, you got yours first because I was asking Kelly if they still had any up
Oh,
there.
okay, okay. Well, I'll have to
Yeah,
watch it
you
again.
got yours first. Yeah, because I had that Scuff controller.
Right.
Um, then the next thing,
Well, I
I
was
mean,
gonna say,
Scott, I mean, do you care about these controllers at all? I mean, is this something that you're into?
Not really. I just have a normal controller, and if I wanted to look pretty, I'll just go get a Crayola crayon and color the shit myself before I pay
hey,
$80
Yeah,
for a fucking controller.
yeah,
that's
yeah,
hey, that's not a bad idea. I got some crayons in the
yeah,
room. I'm about to go get them up. Tear my Elite to hell and
yeah.
back.
No, I mean I might. I just don't see the point in just like Bubba said. I just don't see the point in paying $80 for a controller, just for a cosmetic
Cosmetics,
look.
yeah.
The Elite controller, I haven't messed with one. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting one.
Man,
Dude, they're
I just
it's
awesome.
haven't.
next time you
Yeah, I
come
just
over
haven't.
to the house, you'll have to like bust out a couple
Yeah.
matches with
Definitely the
mine
They're pretty
best
good.
controller on the
It,
market.
and check it out. Or either you could borrow my Scuff controller and check it out because it's kind of like the Elite controller, but just not as good.
yeah, I mean, I might just go pick one up.
Uh,
If people go watch my videos and I get some of that dank ass YouTube money,
Yeah,
I
right.
might
That's
just do
what we're
yeah,
all looking for
yeah,
is that dank ass YouTube money. There's some of the guys that are fucking non-gamers sit on and play for 15 minutes and goddamn YouTube stars now.
yeah.
Yeah, well,
They but if you're a first-person fan, a first-person shooter fan, it really helps out with
Oh
being able
yeah,
to not take your fingers off of the sticks to be able to hit like the crouch and
a
jump
jump,
buttons.
absolutely,
Yeah, yeah. I've
absolutely.
got a specific setup for Destiny that I use on my controller.
Right. I still have so much trouble with Destiny because Destiny's jump is more complex than a lot of games. Like Overwatch, I can fucking spam the paddles all day long, but when I get into Destiny, it's just like for me, it's
See,
harder to do because the jumps are more complex.
I'm the exact opposite.
Really?
Like I use the jump button in Destiny, but I do not use the pad. I mean, I use the paddles in Destiny, but I do not use the paddles in Overwatch.
Right.
I don't know what it is about Overwatch that I just don't ever use the paddles. I guess because their jump on
It
Overwatch
is
is
kind of
like
pointless.
so
Yeah.
null and void that it
Yeah.
doesn't really even matter.
Right. Unless you're using not even Hanzo, but
Genji,
Genji maybe.
yeah,
Yeah, I think Genji's really the only person with Genji is the only person with a double jump. So.
yeah, yeah. Got that sick wall climb.
Yep.
Um, do you want to talk about Destiny any? Since we're kind of popping around Destiny a little bit, didn't you say there was some exciting stuff coming out of Destiny?
Well, I think is it next month it's coming
The,
out, or no? It's not till September, right? For the Rise of Iron DLC. Well, anyway, they introduced
oh,
a new people that pre-order it get the Galler Wing, which is like a Gallarhorn meets a Sparrow. That's pretty much what it is, I guess. But yeah,
I
they're
wonder if it,
what's that?
I was wondering if you'll get it like the day before you
I
can
don't.
buy that. Whatchamacallit again?
I don't know. I don't know.
Remember that?
Probably. Yeah. Yeah.
Whenever you finally got one, and like he had it the next
Oh
day
yeah.
to buy.
Yeah. I spent damn the whole damn Destiny didn't get a damn Gallahorn. 2 weeks before Xur selling it again, I get one.
Yeah.
Actually, a
Yep.
week before Xur selling it again, I get one. Like you son of a bitch.
That was bad.
Yeah, that was bad. Dude, I don't think I've ever been as excited playing a game when I got the Gallahorn though. I was fucking yelling
Yeah.
and screaming like a damn. You ever see that? You ever see that America's Funniest Videos when the kids get the Nintendo 64? I think it was Nintendo 64, but they're going crazy. They're like, "Oh my god, oh yeah, yeah." It's exactly how it was. It's priceless.
I,
Priceless.
I've I've watched videos on YouTube of kids getting the Gallahorn and screaming like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what. Yeah, that was me. I was one of them.
Yeah.
A grown ass
Yeah.
man screaming.
Yeah. I've seen that. Um.
But yeah, we'll
So
get into Destiny. Um, I want
I
to do
mean,
like
if
a
anybody
whole
wants,
podcast on.
yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. If anybody like would like to see a whole podcast about that, I know me and you, Scott's logged in a lot of hours on
Yeah.
PlayStation, but
Oh,
I know
really?
me, you, everybody else, we've logged in our fair share of hours
Oh
on
yeah.
Destiny.
Oh yeah. I want to say I got
So
over 3,000 for Destiny.
I don't have that much because I have a life, but I have a lot.
I have a life too. I just didn't play any other games. That's why my
But
gamer score's stuck at 146 or 149,000, whatever the hell it's
hey,
at now.
speaking of gamer score, did you get that special thing for having over 100,000 gamer score points whenever it come out?
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Did you get it? Was it a T-shirt or something? Like a
I don't remember. It's something stupid for your avatar.
I can't remember what it was. Um, so the next thing we have is a product from Hyperkin. And anybody who don't know what Hyperkin is,
I
I
don't.
have a Hyper Retron 5. It's how I got to know the name of the company called Hyperkin. And it's pretty much emulation software. It's all. Matter of fact, Scott was the one that told me about this, and whenever he showed it to me, I had to have it. And so what Hyperkin does is they have their own emulator set in, and you put your cartridge-based games in, and it runs an emulator software that you can play through an HDMI setup and be able to play uh, NES, Genesis, Game Boy, pretty much anything that's been out for 20 years, and it's awesome. I mean, it's one of the greatest things I ever bought. And now Hyperkin has jumped on the mobile bandwagon, and they've come out with this product that is called a Smart Boy Development Kit,
Hmm.
and you pretty much take your phone and put it inside of it, and you pretty much have an old school Game Boy that you could plug your cartridges into, just like your Pokemon Blue or Red or Yellow,
Go.
and be able to carry it with you and play it. $60, the price of a video game. Game Boy and Game Boy Color compatible, but it's only designed for Android smartphones. I'm guessing that's probably because of the emulation software.
Right.
I'm sure that Android has some kind of special emulation because I think they've been on this emulation bandwagon for a while.
Yeah.
So that's why you see the Galaxy there. But I won't be able to get this because I rock an iPhone. I'm sorry.
I probably won't get one either. I'm not a. I've never been a big handheld gamer, so that doesn't interest me at all. How about you, Scott?
Personally, I think it's going to be awesome.
Really?
You know, and I'm a Galaxy fanboy. It's right up my
Oh
alley.
God, here we go. Phone wars have begun.
Yeah.
Just the only
Galaxy
thing with Apple
iPhone.
though is probably with all the security features that Apple
Yeah.
has is probably one reason
Yeah.
it won't work with it.
Yeah. I
Goddamn
I don't
hipster.
know. I've always had an iPhone since they come out. I
Got your
always
hipster
buy new.
glasses.
Do I look like I wear hipster glasses? For real. I mean, honestly. Well, we'll get on that on a later date. I won't blast you on the podcast. But anyways, um, I don't know if I'll pick this up. I mean,
Yeah,
I'd
I'm
have to
definitely not gonna
I'd,
get it.
I'd have to buy a Samsung phone because I wouldn't buy no other kind of
All right.
Android
No.
operating system. It'd
Yeah,
have
if
to
it
be
ain't
a Samsung.
Samsung, you don't need it.
Yeah, so, but I mean, it would kind of tempt me into getting the Gear VR, but if I'm gonna go into VR headsets and have Samsung devices, I'm just gonna skip the VR and go into the Oculus
Exactly.
or the Vive. The HTC Vive looks like it's gonna be the thing of choice here, as Jonathan plays with his Kinect sensor.
Gotta love it. Damn, Big Brother watching in on me.
That's right.
Do you guys remember that
All right,
whenever all that information about Big Brother and how everybody was paranoid? They're
about the
watching
Xbox.
you. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why they wanted to get a Connect in every console because Big Brother.
but but yet every person downloads a global tracking system on their phone known as Pokemon Go.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to bitch about a Kinect sensor when everybody has a phone on them 24 hours a day.
Yeah, exactly. And people like I seen this meme you walk or going around the internet where they were talking about, like, oh, don't download Pokemon Go because they can see your personal settings in your phone. It's like so can every other app you freaking download.
Exactly.
Yep.
So
Exactly. Goddamn Google can see it without anything. Just walk outside
Yep.
and they see everything you damn do.
Yep. So, Jonathan, this next topic's pretty much all yours because it's about We Happy Few.
Oh, okay. So
And I haven't.
I I just know that this get the We Happy Few is like comes out in 2 days, and I'm not sure if it's the actual game or if it's the preview program that's coming out or the preview game that's coming out. Because Xbox One has the preview game, so I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be. It's going to be the preview version, but it looks pretty interesting. I've seen the trailers. I haven't actually had hands on the game, so I don't really know too much about it. I do know that there have been comparisons to Bioshock, and so it's got that type of feel. But a lot of people that say they play it say that it has more of the survival element, so it's more like a soulless and a um, just your H1Z1 type survival, whereas it's not really a shooter like Bioshock. So I don't know. I'm really excited to play it because it just looks. I mean, it just looks pretty damn good. It looks like it's going to be full of surprises and full of just some crazy bad. I mean, did you guys see the video for it? Where
Yeah,
they're
I watched a little bit of
yeah,
it.
that
It
was pretty
looks like
intense.
it's got like the same kind of graphics as Overwatch, right?
I
Kind of
kind of like a, but it's like a more of a
like a
moody,
twisted cartoon.
yeah, twisted cartoon. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it looks pretty insane. I'm definitely stoked to play that game. That's one of the ones that I really want to get my hands around. I seen it and I was like, when they were hitting that pinata and it was a rat and they're sitting there digging in a rat. Oh my god! I was like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
insane. That was intense.
What was that? Dishonored.
Dishonored.
yeah,
Yeah.
Dishonored
That's
too.
that reminds me. It reminded me of a Dishonored almost. The first
Yeah.
Dishonored to come out.
Yeah. It's
The
kind of
kind
got
of the
that
way
going
it
for it too.
looks.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
new
but
Dishonored looks really good.
yeah. Which
I'm digging that.
yeah. I never.
The
I mean, I like Dishonored, but I was never on the same page that everybody else was. Because me as a gamer, I don't like getting like the game was great until they separate everything and give you missions and make it known that it's mission based. I mean, they do
yeah.
everything but score you at the end, and I can't stand that in games. I always like my games to be open. I prefer sandbox games where you don't have linear missions, and I don't know. It just always bugs the hell out of me, like Resident Evil and all those games where they give you a damn rating at the end. I can't stand that. That irritates the hell out of me.
What was that last one? Metal Gear Solid.
That's why I stopped playing it. It
You-
frustrated me.
Great game. I mean, it was a great game. You can't admit it wasn't a great game.
Right. I
But
mean, it's Metal
the thing
Gear.
about
Yeah,
it
it's
is,
an awesome game.
they just give you the damn ratings at the end of it.
Yeah.
I didn't really care for that either, but I loved that game. I thought it was great. Did you know it had an online feature?
Yeah, I did. Didn't you
Did
guys
you
play
play
it
it?
some?
Yeah,
I
it was pretty cool.
I didn't even mess with it.
It was pretty cool. What about Watch Dogs 2? You gonna pick up Watch Dogs 2?
No. I'll
Really?
play it. I'll play it. From what I've seen of it, it looks dumb. I'm not. I guess I'm the only one that thinks it looks stupid. From what they showed me of the game, I wasn't interested in it at all. Like,
I think it looks better than the first one.
I don't know.
I
It's
didn't.
probably with Ubisoft's track record, it's definitely going to be better than the first one. But I just don't. I'm not buying into it yet.
Right. I think it's. I'm gonna pick it up just because I think it's pretty neat. It looks like it's gonna flow a lot better. Like
Oh
Grand
yeah, I'm
Theft
sure.
Auto.
I'm almost certain the gameplay is going to be there. It's going to be a better game. I know it's going to be a better game.
Yeah.
Like I said, but just for me personally, it just I don't know. I couldn't even get into the first one. I finished it and I just was unhappy with it. So I don't know. I just seemed like it's just. I think that game is like. It needs to be on the next gen. Like it needs to be on Scorpio or the Neo. They really can't do what they need to do with it. All the hacking and
Yeah, 'cause
everything.
they had a big problem whenever that game came out. Watch Dogs, the original, come out. If you remember, whenever it came out for PC, it was locked, and they couldn't do nothing with it. And it still come out on 360 and it come out on Xbox One, and it was just not that great of a game
Yeah.
as far as graphics go. Um, but I think you'll be surprised with Watch Dogs 2. I know what kind of gamer you are. I know what you like, but I think Watch Dogs 2 is going to be one of them ones that's like a sleeper title.
Well, I hope so.
But
I hope so.
I'm sure that Ubisoft is going to just throw money at propaganda and all kinds of ads and everything else whenever it gets closer to release date. Though
Right.
that's what it's the shit out of me. But on to the next thing.
I was gonna say, Scott is Scott. You still there?
Yeah, I'm kind of going in and out, honestly, having some technical difficulties.
Okay.
But as far as Watch Dogs, now I enjoyed the first game. Story wise, I thought it had a really good story, and I thought the game looked good. But just the overall gameplay, it
Yeah.
was like it was very Grand Theft Auto-ish. You just
Without
couldn't do
the
as
fun
much as you could do
gameplay.
in Grand
Yeah.
Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly, and but Watch Dogs 2 is looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can do just a lot more, but minimal things like the hacking was fun. But when I'm driving in a car, I want to be able to hold my pistol out the window and shoot.
Yeah.
You know, and that was something you couldn't do in Watch Dogs. You could just do the hacking, and which was fun, but it got a little stale after a while, and
Yeah.
if you didn't time it right, it'd fuck you over. And there was times where I felt like I was playing Grand Theft Auto, and I just wanted that pistol out the window to shoot.
Yeah. Or now give everybody the finger while you're driving around.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you touch up on the gameplay, and I'll say that's the one thing that Ubisoft hasn't. I mean, they haven't found a formula for it. For me, that's what broke Watch Dogs was the gameplay. It was right off from Grand Theft Auto. We just played Grand Theft Auto, where the gameplay was some of the best gameplay you've ever
Yes.
played for a sandbox shooter. Right? I mean, it was nothing like that. And then Watch Dogs comes out, and it's kind of like they try to mix up the elements. They give you some cool stuff to do, but at the end of the day, what makes the game good is the gameplay, and
Yeah.
it just wasn't as fluid and solid as what you would get out of a Grand Theft Auto. Well, it's their first time doing it. Like when you
Yeah.
play the Division now, the Division, whether you like it or not, the gameplay is great on that game because
Yeah.
that's their bread and butter. That's one of the things they've been working on for so long. So
Yeah.
they've got the mechanics down. So that's what I was saying with Watch Dogs 2. If they don't have the mechanics down and they don't get their, because I've noticed with Ubisoft and driving, they don't know their ass from their elbows in driving games. So if they can get this mechanic fixed and get the driving aspect right, it's going to be a great game. Still, personally, I'm a little iffy about it, but the potential's there.
I think so. I hope it is, because it's a great idea.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll give it that.
Fastest technology. I think the biggest thing Ubisoft could ever do was quit making games for last gen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Seriously, that's just
that was the
bringing them
thing
down.
that
Yeah.
was holding them back the most.
Yep.
And a lot of game developers, they was trying to keep up with that market, but you just can't do it. I
Right.
mean, it's just not one of the things that's going to be able to happen.
Right.
Exactly. And one of the things that agitates me about current generation is all the HD remasters we're getting, instead of getting new games, which wouldn't bother me if it was like an older classic, like, something like Final Fantasy VII or, something that was several generations back, they're
Right.
like kind of built it from the ground up. But to just do a remaster of a game we literally had one generation ago, I think that's just so stupid in my
Yeah.
opinion,
Yeah.
The PlayStation is bad for that. I mean, they're really bad for that.
Oh yeah.
I have to say, I did enjoy playing The Last of Us on the PlayStation 4.
Right.
It was just an amazing looking game.
Right.
And
And that's the
I'm
one
glad
game I want to get a PlayStation 4 to play.
it-
And I've
it's
been
awesome.
fortunate enough to not have anything spoiled to me this far, so I'd like to keep it that way because I'm eventually going to play that fucking game.
It's great. It's a great game.
Yeah, I want to play it.
Um, they've made a couple other remasters that I can't. I think that God of War remaster they did.
Yeah, they did that.
They
Didn't they
did.
do all the games in that one?
They did.
No, it
No?
was just God of War 3.
Yeah,
Really?
They just did one. Yeah. Yeah.
What the hell?
Exactly.
And that's something else I wouldn't mind, like the Nathan Drake collection, where you get 3 games for like 40 to 60. But I don't mind that.
I bought
But
that.
when you did and when you do like just God of War,
Like just
3
the first
for
one?
like
Yeah,
40
or the
bucks.
third one? Yeah.
Yeah, to me that makes no sense. At least with Microsoft, I will say this on their part, like when you got the Master Chief collection, you got
Yeah.
like what 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
That one for the 60
Gears of
bucks,
War
just as an
collection, you
over.
got all the gears.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those make sense.
Yeah. Speaking of Gears and Xbox, the backwards. Yeah, I see your reference. You cannot tell me that the backwards compatibility version of Red Dead Redemption looks twice as good as it did whenever it originally released for the 360.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I mean, you cannot tell me that. And that game, if you already had it, where you had bought it digitally, you got it for free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then PlayStation's out there, which Xbox does it too, but PlayStation's out there charging for $40 for these triple games. Whenever you go on the PlayStation 3 and get The Last of Us for probably $12.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what grinds my gears about all this.
Yeah. That's insane.
It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But on the Gears of War topic, the new Gears of War 4 gameplay trailer was released for the campaign this week
Woo.
on Xbox's website and on YouTube. Go check it out. It's an amazing video. And
Yes.
it's showing some of the things that they could do on there.
Yeah,
Oh my
it looks
My God.
insane.
Everybody that's played this game has said that it's like the old Gears, but newer.
Well, that's what we need to hear.
I'm telling you, it sounds like it's going to be an amazing ride.
Me personally, though, I mean, all the way up till Judgment. Judgment was my last Gears when I was like, okay, don't ever do that again. Don't do that to us again. Just don't even bring any
Yeah.
more games out until you got an official Gears. And three, man, three was like all the Gears were awesome, but
Yeah.
I'm totally looking forward to Gears 4, and
Yeah.
you get to be
I can't. I
Marcus's
can't.
kid.
Bro, I'll be so swagged out in
Oh
Gears
my
of
God.
War stuff. It's
Yes.
gonna be ridiculous.
Yes.
I've already pre-ordered my Elite controller for Gears of War and the console. I'll have so much Gears of War shit, it's unreal. I just cannot tell you how much I can't wait to play this game. And the physics on
Yeah.
that game, me and you was talking about it earlier, whenever he was shooting that buzzsaw
Yeah, it was the wind was
and the
catching
wind
it,
was blowing. Yeah,
swinging it around. That was pretty sweet. Yeah.
that was amazing.
Yeah, that was pretty
That
badass.
that was really good. I just I just can't wait. And
Oh
then
yeah.
if you pre-order it, I believe you get it 4 days earlier. I think is what I keep reading.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Yeah,
I,
that's also like a new thing that Xbox is doing, and a lot of their stuff is like
yeah,
a 4 days early. I think
yeah,
it was Forza Gears.
Forza comes out
I
4 days
think I
early.
think I even seen it for Recore. They're talking about
I,
4 days
I believe
early.
so. I believe
So
so.
I guess it's what if you pre-order it, you get it 4 days early. I'm
Yeah, I think
guessing.
so.
So
Yeah,
we
I think
definitely
so.
need to. Or you said you already got your Gears pre-ordered, right?
Yeah.
Say I haven't.
I
Yep.
haven't either. I need to. Definitely on that gotta buy list.
Yeah, it's a definitely a gotta buy game.
Yeah, that's what I was just going over is the coming soon games from GameStop.
Oh Lord, put that down. Copyrighted, flagged. Them motherfuckers would be on the phone trying to get you up.
It's all right.
It was.
I'm not making that dank YouTube money yet, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
So we've got a couple games here that that are coming out within the next month. And I'll tell you, it doesn't really look too promising the next month, unless you're a sports fan.
Negative.
Yeah. But now we could go into September because there's some stuff coming out in September. Did you know they're making a definitive edition for Killer Instinct?
Are they?
Oh, really?
Yep, comes out the 20th of September.
Really?
Yep,
Was it gonna have like all the season passes and everything on it?
I guess so.
And
I guess that's,
are they done with all the season? Is season 3 it for them?
I don't know. I never figured they would have did that.
I
Brought
mean,
out
they've got what?
characters and seasons.
How many characters are available? 24 now.
I think so. What a great game that turned out to be, and it was free whenever
Yeah,
you got the Xbox.
yeah. I was
That was
watching them.
one,
Go ahead.
I said that was one of the best fighters that come out the year the Xbox come out.
Oh yeah.
If not the only
Yeah.
fighter.
And I'd say Scott, you've played both that and Street Fighter. What's your opinion? Which one do you like more, Killer Instinct or Street Fighter?
I mean, I really like them both. I will say, I was really agitated with Street Fighter's release, but now that Capcom kind of redeemed themselves by putting in free story mode
Uh-huh.
in Street Fighter,
Right.
it really beefed that game up a lot, in my opinion.
Right.
The only thing I didn't really like about Killer Instinct was kind of they went with that whole episodic thing where they just release so many fighters at a time.
Seasonal pass, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly, and that kind of agitated me. And Jago is one of my favorite characters. So after playing with him, a lot of the newer characters I really didn't have any interest in playing. So
Right.
it was just kind of like I didn't buy into it until they put out like the whole physical copy, and then I ended up getting it. But other than that, I would have to say Street Fighter would probably
Really?
be my favorite out of the two. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just speaking of that, I put a video up with the Arbiter and General Rom from
See,
Gears of War is
it was
pretty
good.
cool. I had to do it, man. I had to have those two dudes
Yeah.
brawling out and see who would win. Obviously, I was going to win whichever character I was using because I think I play on easy, but that's about my skill level in that game
Right.
because I am not no fighting fan.
Um, so going over the list here that I have, it looks like the biggest game that's coming out within the next month is No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
Yep, No Man's Sky. Um, Madden NFL 17 comes out. Um, oh, Deuce X, Mankind Divided.
Deus Ex, yeah.
Yeah,
Is that next
yeah.
month?
It comes out the 23rd
Really?
of
Okay,
next
so
month.
that's it for me. I can't wait to get that.
So
I'm a
that's
big fan of Deus Ex.
the, the gameplay was looking pretty good on that too.
Yeah. So how do you guys feel about No Man's Sky? Like, what are y'all's opinions on that game? And now we're finally getting it like 2 years out.
I just hope it's not boring. That's my biggest concern. Is flying to all these different places and not being able to talk to nobody or interact with another player character.
Right. Which
That's my biggest thing.
I can already
Because
tell you
we're
that's
so
going to be the problem. You're not. It's gonna be like an exploration based game. So
yeah. See, we're so spoiled now in the race that we have of being able to hop on and grind out Grand Theft Auto and race and do everything else
right,
together.
right,
You know, I mean, who wants to sit down and just fly through millions of galaxies and
yeah,
pick up plants and shoot weird things?
yeah. I'm
I
with you
mean,
on that one.
I'll probably pick it up and play it, and it'll look like a gorgeous game and yada yada yada. But it's probably going to be one of the games where I don't play but a few hours and then put it down because there's no other player interaction that I could have.
Right.
That's why I think that's my biggest problem with Fallout is that there's no kind of player interaction.
Well, I tell you the one thing you got to learn to do when playing those types of games is you just got to accept there's no multiplayer and there's no interaction. And me as a gamer, I've changed a lot over the years. I used to be a single player person, and I wasn't all about multiplayer, but that's changed for me. I've became more of a multiplayer mainstream, and that's usually my go-to games now. But for those
Yeah.
games, me personally, is you want to like isolate yourself, and you really have to get in the exploration element of it because if you never get to it, it's kind of like Skyrim when you're playing Skyrim and all those games like that. If you're not exploring and trying to get like the most out of the game, they usually suck. Like the games aren't
Yes.
about the story because the stories are no good in those games. It's always about loot, 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 and exploring.
Yeah. That's probably my biggest thing now since I've gotten older. I don't have that much time to just sit in a
Exactly.
room
Yeah.
and play that much anymore. So I can't get the full potential out of the game.
Right.
I'm the same way. Like I was just telling Jonathan earlier that I bought Assassin's Creed Syndicate 2 days after it came out.
Yeah.
Opened the cellophane, still haven't played it.
Yeah. But now we have to be honest about that game. That game is all right, but it doesn't have the best track record since Assassin's Creed 2's come out.
Oh yeah. No.
It,
No. None of them do.
Black Flag was probably the best game that's come out
Yeah.
recently.
Right.
But what was that one game that come out
Unity.
right before this one? Yeah, that game.
Unity, yeah.
It tanked.
Yeah, that was terrible.
It was horrible. It was
Yep.
horrible.
Yeah, about the only thing I really liked about that game was I did like the main character.
Yeah.
I thought he looked pretty cool and everything. It was one of the things that kind of got on my nerves with that game was it cost so much currency, like in-game currency, to unlock the weapons, and then I was bored before I unlocked a lot of the weapons. Honestly,
Yeah. So let's see here. That's. I mean, I'm a huge racing fan. So
Yeah, I was gonna
said,
say
of course,
Forza. When is that?
Forza doesn't come out till September.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But Assetto Corsa comes out next month.
What
End
is
of
it?
Next month. Assetto Corsa. It's a racing game.
A set of Corsica. Isn't that a Chevy car, a Corsica? Chevy Corsica. Is that what you're saying? No, I'm just messing with you.
This is. See, you done made me lose my page. This is a Seta Corsa.
A set of Corsa.
Yeah.
That's a mouthful. I won't even get that game. I just don't even. I understand. I have no idea.
Look, you can like. I think. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure. I downloaded it on Steam and haven't been able to play it. But it's supposed to be able to be a full blown simulation game, and that's why I have that steering wheel that's right there.
You can get ready to
In
do
the
some
corner.
racing.
Getting ready to burn some ass. Burn some ass.
Oh,
I already
shit.
know you can. I've already smoked all your times on Forza anyway, so
Oh,
you're
you're
irrelevant.
full of shit, dude.
You're irrelevant.
I knew how many times my shit was saying, "Oh, you crushed Bubba Nader."
Whatever.
I haven't been on Forza in a minute though.
They've added a lot of content to Forza.
No,
here
I know
recently.
they keep the content rolling.
Yeah.
Okay, when does the new Gran Turismo come out for PlayStation? Now that we're on racing themes.
I don't think it's this year.
Really?
Yeah,
How
I
long
don't
has
think
it been
it's
since a Gran Turismo came out?
a real Gran Turismo? It's
Yeah,
been
like
a while.
Seems like it's been forever, man.
They had a GT something other one time.
Do you guys
One
remember
time.
when Gran Turismo was king? Like Gran Turismo was the best racer?
Oh, I don't know. We might get a Gran Turismo remaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely get
20
one of those.
2017.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It'll
a good,
look like
good call.
square box pixelated cars
Yeah.
going down a track. Yeah. And I think there was Gran Turismo was at E3.
Yeah.
I did see it.
Yeah.
That's why I think it comes out next year. I can't remember. I know they set a release date on it, but I think Gran Turismo is going to be one of the featured games with the Neo and the
VR.
VR.
Morpheus. Are they still calling it Morpheus?
I don't know.
That's right. They
The
were calling that
Matrix.
Morpheus, and they're calling it Damn.
Yeah, the Matrix references
That's
are
crazy
real.
shit, man. I make
Doesn't
sure
Sony? Does Sony own the Matrix
I guess so.
franchise?
Throwing out names like that.
Ain't that who put out whatchamacallit?
I have no idea.
Sony Pictures? Well, speaking of Sony Pictures, I know, Scott, you wanted to talk a little bit about Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty good game. It is Sony exclusive. We haven't really seen that much on it yet, but it is looking pretty good, honestly.
What
Okay.
I've seen of it, dude.
So go into
Yeah.
details. Why is it a Sony exclusive? It's an Insomniac game. So somebody was saying that Sony owns Spider-Man now. Is that
I don't think they really own him. I know they own his movie rights.
right?
Because like Spider-Man's still in the Marvel comics and
Right,
all that,
right.
so it's not like they full-fledgedly own him. It's just the fact that obviously Sony does have certain ties with him,
Right.
and they do own all his movie rights. That's why Disney kind of had to work a deal to get Spider-Man in that last Civil War movie and bring him into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I guess they're kind of using that to play Superman in their game, or play Spider-Man in their game.
Right.
Oh, Lord, the fanboys are going to go crazy now.
Yeah, pretty much.
You done blasphemed.
Yeah, well, I was literally I was looking down and this thing popped up on my phone and showed Superman, where I ended up getting the Ultimate Collection or Ultimate Edition of Batman vs Superman.
Watch
So
it.
yeah, I was literally reading that. And if anybody who hasn't seen that, pick it up. It's such a great movie.
Jonathan hasn't seen it.
I still
I
haven't
don't- I
seen it.
doubt-
I'm gonna
I
see
doubt
it.
he's watched it.
It's
since
got to
last
come to
Thursday.
Redbox. Redbox is my source.
It's out on DVD now.
That's $15. I
No,
got
I'm saying it
$15.
should be in Redbox.
Yeah,
It
it's
should be
always
in
like
Redbox.
a month after it comes out on DVD before it goes to Redbox.
Really?
Yeah, usually anyway. But yeah, man, I
Hell,
was thinking about the whole Spider-Man situation. I'm kind of pissed about Sony getting exclusive rights to a Spider-Man game. That's like if Batman, the Arkham Knight, or what was the first one? Was it Arkham Knight? Whatever the first one was would have only been
The
for
first one was Arkham Asylum.
Arkham Asylum. Yeah, if either one of those games would have just been an exclusive game, that would have been bullshit. And I have a feeling that this new Spider-Man is going to be on point with those games. It's going to be, I mean, because Insomniac, they typically do pretty good games. They don't do a whole lot of games, but they're like Naughty Dog. When they do a game, it's usually pretty good.
Which I don't think this is the first Insomniac game that was with Spider-Man, if I remember correctly.
I think you're well.
Or was it NetherRealm?
It was never. Yeah.
NetherRealm does
Never
like Mortal
more.
Combat and
It was
stuff
never
like
more.
that.
Or Neversoft.
Neversoft. That's what it was.
Yeah, it was Neversoft. They did the original ones, or not the original ones, like the
PlayStation
Super NES
ones.
and Genesis ones, the ones that were the one we got to use Venom or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, the PlayStation ones, the OP ones.
Yeah.
The
That-
first
them
good
games-
superhero video games, and we had to wait damn 20 years later to get Batman.
Yeah, Batman. I mean, I so wish they would make a Superman version of the Batman style
Game. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I mean, I don't know.
Because if
I
you
think-
remember the last,
Didn't they do
the
that
last
with
Superman,
Superman for Nintendo
don't
64?
even bring up. Let's not even talk about that. Let's not even talk about it. That was, and then they brought it over to the 360.
Did they?
That was the worst garbage piece of shit. I wasn't. No, the original Xbox, I believe, is what it was.
Oh yeah, it was the original Xbox.
They brought it over to, and that was the biggest piece of shit that I've ever played. But you know, I guess it's all about who has the most money to buy franchises now.
That's it. That seems like it's pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, Sony ain't got a whole lot of money, so they got to be careful with how they go about buying shit, because they need to make some more goddamn Walkmans or something. Get some money going in this bitch.
Throw out some more than Bravia TVs.
They need to. They really do need to start making some innovative
Which
fucking products, man. Because Sony used to be king, and now Samsung has damn dethroned the hell out of them. If you ain't got Samsung, I was thinking about it the other day. You said you have a Samsung TV, right, Brandon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does anybody have Sony? It's either Samsung or Vizio.
Yeah.
It's like the best, or the best at the budget price.
Yeah.
It's like Mercedes and Hyundai.
Yeah.
And Sony is like damn a Ford Pinto now. I don't even know.
Which they might be able to come out with that Neo and be able to do something.
Well,
in the future.
They really, as far as the consoles go, they're actually knocking it out of the ballpark. They're doing good stuff with their console.
But that's the only thing.
That's it. Yeah, they just need to. And the VR, I mean, their VR is looking pretty promising. I know they're saying it's the lower end of the VRs, but still, I mean, it's an entry point into that type of thing. So
I don't think that VR headset's only going to be able to withstand the PlayStation, because it's going to get blown out of the water by something like the Oculus or the Vive.
Oh yeah.
You know, I think pretty much all that VR headset for the PlayStation is going to do is just replace a TV.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt that at all.
Now, I did see something, and it was talking about like it said that the PlayStation VR was going to give you the biggest, like, because apparently when you have them on, they make like a TV or something.
Yeah, like a 100 and some inch TV.
They said that the Sony VR would be able to make the biggest out of all the ones that are coming out.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
That's
I can't remember the numbers of them, but it was like It was a little bit bigger than the other ones though,
Wow.
which I don't even understand. I mean, I haven't. Has any of us used a VR yet? I don't think we're.
I could,
I use the Samsung VR.
I really.
Personally, yeah, I personally didn't really care for it too much, to be honest. I got it. I think I want to say I paid like $100 for it. Got extremely bored with it in like 2 days time, and I just took it back.
Yeah.
I really wasn't impressed with it at all, to be honest. Not for $100.
oh, well, it's about time to start wrapping it up. It's been an hour. Another
You?
podcast in the books.
Podcast in the books. And,
So, we're going to continue to try to do these on Thursdays.
Thursdays is a good day for me. That sounds
Sounds
good.
good to me.
And are we going to ask if anybody has certain topics they want to maybe tweet at us
Yep.
or comment on and see if they want us to talk about them?
Sounds good.
Um,
And it could be anything, any topics you guys can think of. We're not really only going to do video games ever. We've already started talking about doing some other type of podcast, maybe some Walking Dead podcast or
retro
knows?
video games.
retro video games.
Yeah. Only thing probably we won't touch on is religion and politics.
Religion and politics.
Anything else is pretty much on the market.
Open game. Open
Yep.
game. Preferably
Sounds
video
good.
games because we're all gaming gurus.
Yeah.
So more than not, that's probably what we're going to be talking about every single time. Or it's going to get brought back to damn gaming one way or another.
This is going to be pretty much our setup, just us three. But we're wanting to have some guests on here, get
Right.
some other people's
And
opinions
we're actually,
stuff.
I don't know if, you know, I didn't ask you guys this yet, but I'm thinking about like to start messaging some of the bigger guys and see if they want to get in on this. And like I want to have one episode with like an Xbox versus PlayStation and just an all-out shit fest. I want a damn war going on. I want something that nobody does. Motherfuckers cussing and just everything else. People going bananas. Fist fights. I mean, you
Right.
name it, I want it.
Sending hate emojis to each other.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Battling.
I mean, I'm game for it. I mean, you could message them dudes and see if they'll do anything.
They probably won't. They probably laugh at us and
They're
like, you
probably
guys
like,
suck.
who's this guy? Get away from me.
Bro, with your 2 views.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
Alright.
anyway,
You want to go ahead and sign us off there, Jonathan? Since you did through.
yeah, just put me on the spot there, bud. Why don't you? All right, guys. Well, that's all our time, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Can't wait to bring out more content for you, and we're gonna get better at this. The longer we're doing it, we're still all new to this, but that's it for us, guys.
We will see you in the next one.
And then
Yep.
epic music.
Boom.
All
All right. So we off the air.
Yeah, about to be. I'm not. I got 2 people watching us. Okay, motherfucker.
Hey, 2 people.